Alright guys, here we are for the trailer reaction. Today we're reacting to the trailer for the movie Marrowbone.
Is that the guy?
Yes.
Okay.
The guy from Stranger Things is in this,
dude,
the brother.
Charlie.
Some face that looks familiar and some other ones that don't. This
Charlie
looks like it
face.
takes place in, I don't know, early 1900s.
Yeah, and that's Anya Taylor-Joy, who's awesome in Split and The Witch and some other stuff.
So we don't know anything about this. We know it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
And that's more or less all I need to know. The name is very weird, Marrowbone.
Hmm.
Now, I'm wondering if they live in, like, Marrowbone, Kentucky, or if this is, like, something that sucks the marrow from your bones. Or
It better not be literally about bones.
Let's find out. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah.
There's a trend with trailers a lot lately. In the last, like, year, we've seen a bunch that are taking place in the same decade that are very jumpy, and when it ends, I go, what's the bad guy? Is it in their head? Is it a real thing?
Yeah,
Is it tangible?
I'm
and I don't
always
know what the plan with that is.
I'm always okay with that. I don't need to know, because usually, like once you see the movie, it's not what the trailer made it seem to be anyway, so, like...
That's what's frustrating to me.
No, like, even when it's supposed to be, like, a killer, it might not be what you thought, right? Like, movies, especially horror, is really big on misdirection to begin with, so, like... Even if I don't know what it is, like, obviously something's up there, and they have to keep painting the ceiling because something's happening, and there's a dark secret that the family has, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm not like, I need to know, is it a monster?
No, but my thing is not, I need to know, I need the trailer to tell me, is that I need the trailer to make me want to see the movie, and nothing about, like, those type of trailers do it for me. Where I need to know, like, showing me one scene of something that's potentially supernatural, is always like, well, that could be the dream sequence, that could be, or it could just be not what I think. There could just be a kid in the corner standing on a ladder in the darkness, and his hand comes down just to scare you.
Human hand.
So like those things, like I'm like, well, I like period pieces, but only when they're like with a topic or something of interest to me. And until I know that you're even in a genre that I'm in the mood for, this doesn't do it for me. There's been a lot of trailers that if you ran them like back to back to back, could all be for the same, like, oh, we filmed that movie 15 times with different actors. Like, it feels like the exact same trailer.
Sure.
And that's like getting on my nerves, where I'm like, all right, only so many horror movies come out from every studio, and you're wasting it on this kind of shit.
Okay. I feel a similar way, but like the complete opposite conclusion, where like they do all sort of blend together, so I have to go based off of like who's in it and what like the quality of it, whatever it looked like. And like this seemed fine. I would watch this. I'm
all their
interested in
qualities, like never a knock on their quality. They all look like a standard movie. Like oh no, this is a theatrically filmed. Like it's a movie.
Sometimes they look like
these ones. These like oh, this old school. We use incandescent light bulbs. La da. Got a lantern. Like this kind of movie where like it's on my plantation and I have a large home and like it's all the same thing where it's never a poor family. It's always like a mostly well-off family with a large cared for home with like no servants or something, and just this huge thing, and oh, there's a problem, there's something from our past that may or may not be coming to get us. I don't know.
Are
this
they
trailer's cut very poorly.
Are there ghosts?
La la la.
Is there
and
a portal to hell?
All of those things.
Sure.
And while there are better people in this than a lot of the last ones that have come out, it's not enough for me to get a thumbs up.
Okay. I really can't argue with that, like on principle or whatever, but I don't know.
I just want a little bit more. I just want you to lean into one direction or the other. Like, and I'm fine with if you show me a movie that looks like a psychological thriller and then all of a sudden it is a monster, I'm like, all right, man, you tricked me. You got me with a cool thing. That's nice. But I can't stand when you get me the other way, when you're like, oh, come see my ghost monster movie. Nope. Just a crazy person.
It's just about the custody of the kids.
Like, oh, that was just there's
really?
a tub upstairs that we keep overflowing. It's the mold is growing into the ceiling. Oh. Like I hate being like when you do like, did you see The Watch with Ben Stiller?
No.
That movie's a great twist where like you think it's one movie and then it's a completely different kind of movie.
Okay.
And like there's been a couple
spoilers,
movies,
please.
Well, I didn't say what kind to what kind. You don't know anything about it. But I like when there's a twist. But this, to me, is not a twist. You're alluding to something, but not telling me what it is. And I think that's underdeveloping your premise here. And it's leaving things to be desired and alienating a potential sect of your viewers. Because You have some people that only like this or only like that. And like, while you could have a great ghost movie, there are people that will never go to see a ghost movie just because, I don't like paranormal things. That's stupid.
Exactly.
But
yeah.
if you show nothing of that in the trailer, but the trailer looks good, you'll get people to go see it. But in this, you're casting a wide net, as I often refer to it as, and you're hoping to get a little bit of everything. And I'm like, I think you're just not selling anybody, because a person who is not interested in paranormal things is like, oh, that's like a paranormal movie. It's like a ghost or something. And the people that like are into the ghost things are like, well, I don't even know what this is. What is that? Some sort of weird thing? So you're really getting
what if it's not a ghost? I'll have wasted my time.
To me, this kind of grabs onto more of the like highfalutin, like oh, look at me, I like things that are this.
I do like things that are this.
I know you're that kind of chump they're looking for.
No. So like, until you insulted me, I was gonna say I'm totally on board.
Chump
with
is an
everything
acronym.
Oh. What does it mean?
Well, the first C is chump, and then the rest of it I have not established.
And the rest are also chump, but the first letter is silent. You're like a chumpadactyl. No, like, so totally agree, right? I think there's like a trend in trailers to kind of like cast that wide net or whatever, and like to not commit to what it's gonna be, right? Or else they'll risk like people being like, oh, I don't like skeletons or whatever the fuck, right? My problem is that I don't know that always indicates the quality of the final product.
It doesn't.
I feel like
I'm only judging the trailer though.
Right.
And there used to be a time when you would release many trailers, and it would be like, oh, on this DVD that I rented was a drama, and they cut a trailer to look like it was a drama.
Or it's a drama.
And on this one, you know, the one about like Texas Chainsaw, like they made it look like, oh, this is a horror.
Dark
and then I
things
don't know if they just don't do that anymore, or I don't see them anymore.
I think the internet has flattened everything out to the point where they have to just sort of put
one,
something out
one push.
to hope to draw interest in like a thing or whatever. So like from my perspective, as like not the super horror fan, I have to look at these and try to find things that that I do think indicate the final product and try to base it off of that or whatever. But I might be being misled, just like the chumps or whatever and the people.
It just there's too many that just falls into like an exact like carbon copy to me of that. I'm like your trailer was unoriginal. It didn't nothing hooked me in, and for that you get the thumb down.
I don't feel strongly about this either way at this point.
That's 2 thumbs down, guys. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
This will end up being the good one, though.
They're all the same.
Oh.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.